This is my personal scary story. The day I encounter Rollie the Clown. People in our town still whisper about Rollie the Clown. Not because he was a ghost, but because he wasn't. He was real. Or at least, he used to be. A cracked-out drifter living in an abandoned cabin deep in the woods. Kids said he wandered at night with a giant hammer and a single red balloon, drifting behind him like it wanted to escape. 3 of us, me, Jonah, and Bree, got dared to find out if he was real. We should have said no. By the time we reached the cabin, the sun was almost gone. The place leaned like it was collapsing in slow motion, swallowed by trees that felt way too close. Jonah nudged me. "Go on, check the window." I stepped up and looked inside. The place was wrecked, ripped cushions, piles of trash, torn clothes. But hanging from the ceiling, gently spinning, was an old clown wig. And under it, scratched across the wall in shaky red paint, "Rollie plays for keeps." I turned to run back to the others, and froze. A red balloon rose behind the curtain. Slow, silent, like someone was lifting it just high enough for me to see. "Guys," I whispered, "we need to go." Too late. The front door creaked open, and he stepped out. Rollie wasn't colorful or funny. His makeup was smeared like he'd slept in it for weeks. His clothes hung off him baggy, stained. But that perfect, bright balloon floating at his wrist, that made him look almost playful. Then we saw the hammer, a massive sledgehammer dragging behind him, metal scraping the dirt and leaving a long, deep groove. He stared at us. His head twitched, and his smile stretched too wide, showing every tooth he had left. Then, in a voice that curled my skin, he whispered, "Play with me." And he sprinted. Not stumbling, not shuffling. A full-on, unhinged sprint, hammer swinging at his side, balloon bouncing like it was laughing at us. We ran like hell. Branches tore at my arms, my lungs burned, his footsteps shook the ground behind us. I felt the wind from the hammer as it swung past my head, close enough to lift my hair. Bree screamed. Jonah cried. I didn't even realize I was crying too. We didn't stop until we hit the road, streetlights, cars, houses, actual safety. When we turned back, Rollie stood at the tree line, perfectly still, smiling, balloon floating over his shoulder. He lifted the hammer, raised his free hand, and waved. I don't go near those woods anymore. None of us do. But sometimes, on quiet nights, you hear a single balloon squeak in the branches, and you know he's still out there, waiting to roll.